Good evening, everybody. If we could just take our seats. Our dear president is being intransigent. There he goes. First of all, I want to welcome you all to Rodef Shalom. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And I also want to thank the folks who are joining us on the live stream. We really appreciate you being here. And feel free to make comments in the chat. Also, if I could just ask everybody to turn off their cell phones with respect for our performers. My name is Michelle Brancho-Fogg, and I am a board member here at Rodef Shalom and head of the congregation's Environmental Sustainability Task Force. And happy Tu B'Shevat, the New Year of the Trees. I may be preaching to the choir here, pun intended, but I think we can all agree that climate change is beginning to dramatically affect this beautiful planet and all the creatures and life that call it home. As with so much in our world today, many feel powerless to drive change. What do we do when the government minimizes or deprioritizes the challenge, or worse yet, denies that the problem exists? But data shows that we still have time to bend the curve of the worst effects of climate change if we act. So what do we do as individuals and as a community? Well, that's why we started the Environmental Sustainability Task Force, because there's actually a lot we can do. The task force mission is twofold. First, it's important to know that buildings account for nearly 40% of global emissions. Rodef Shalom has the power to drive our emissions down and even close to zero, and to protect precious water resources in our nearly 90,000 square foot space, if we implement the right practices. For example, electrifying all of our appliances, composting and recycling, using auto shut-off light switches and converting to LEDs, planting trees, installing auto shut-off faucets, promoting sustainable modes of transportation, and perhaps, most importantly, converting to renewable sources of energy. Most of these things you can do in your own homes. And if you're interested in learning more, there's a flyer outside with a QR code outlining some of the steps you can take. And of course, members of this committee are always happy to wax eloquent on the topic. Our second mission is to educate our community about sustainability and climate change. And that's what this cantata is all about, bringing awareness to these issues and celebrating this beautiful planet that we call home, and that we've been gifted and that we give to future generations. This whole evening tonight was conceived of and brought to life by our task force member and congregant Marjorie Samoff. Marjorie has been tirelessly and passionately devoted to this program and to sustainability issues more broadly. Thank you, Marjorie, for your commitment. I know you're back there somewhere. You are a force of nature. She really is a force of nature. I'd also like to thank David Bluvman, congregant, task force member, and along with his wife, Jennifer, the owner of Circle Compost. David has been generously supporting Rodef Shalom's composting efforts, including this evening's program. And I'd like to invite him up for a brief minute to talk about composting. David? Yay. Oh, and David's daughter is here tonight too, right?
She was here, yeah. She couldn't stay for the event. Thanks a lot, Michelle, and thank you so much, Marjorie. It's been a pleasure being on the environmental task force here at Rodef Shalom. I do need to correct Michelle on one thing. My wife's name is actually Michelle. Same name as you. So, yeah. Who out there knows about the importance of composting and why it's such a great thing to do? Awesome. Well, for anyone out there who doesn't know, when food scraps or other organic material goes into a landfill, it doesn't break down properly, and it emits methane gas, which can be up to 80 times worse for our environment than carbon dioxide emissions. So composting it's a great way, it's a small change that we can all make to potentially make a big impact. And it's really just all about separating your food scraps, other organic waste, and if you have the opportunity to compost it at home, that's the best way to do it, really. For those of us who live in the city, it's not always a possibility to do that ourselves. So my wife and I have a service called Circle Compost. There are other services out there. Bennett Compost has been around longer than us in the city as well. And it's just a great way to, as I mentioned before, do something small that can make a really big impact. So thanks everyone for letting me compost this event tonight and being good about putting your stuff in the right bin. It's all going to the compost pile tomorrow. So thanks for letting me say a few words. I will now pass the mic, I believe, to our cantor, Brad Hyman.
Hi.
There he is. Okay. Oh.
Hi, everybody. I come with my own mic. Look at that. Isn't that cool? It is such a pleasure to be up here greeting you all because that means that I get to be a part of it. And that is such a wonderful thing. And part of it refers to this incredible collaboration between so many people and so many groups of people who have come together to do something incredibly important right now, especially now, to share music and to share the message that is in this cantata in such a way. We need it right now in so many different ways. The understanding that we have 4 New Years within the Jewish calendar. I know a lot of us know about Rosh Hashanah, which is the head of the year, but we borrowed that new year from the Babylonians. The first of Nisan, which is the month of our freedom when we were freed from Egypt, that is considered a new year. The festival of Shavuot is when we celebrate another new year, which is also a harvest of wheat. We celebrate the harvest of animals for the first of Elul, and we need to be aware of the birthday of the trees. Why? If we don't know about the birthday of the trees, we don't know how old the tree is, and we cannot eat fruit from trees that have not matured to the right age. So where do you determine the age of the tree without cutting it down? Well, you set a date, which happens to be the 15th of the month of the Hebrew month of Shevat. That is what Tu B'Shvat is, and we are celebrating together with so many people. I look forward to hearing what you all think, but before we do that, we have to sing some stuff for you. So let's get ready to do that. Please enjoy.
Thank you, trees, for all you give. Thank you, trees, you help us live. Thank you, trees, for everything, for the beauty that you bring. We're so lucky that you're there, and how much you love to share.
our benefit. They were here a long time before us, and they're not doing anything because of us. They're mostly just trying to survive.
Ship your drums to light our stoves. Let your chorus sound in droves. Crush your olives by the tank, and thank you for the love you give.
Oh boy, I have a feeling we're not alone. Does anyone else feel something alive? Like tall, with a lot of leaves?
Can you hear us? Are you near us?
I don't think there's anything there. It's just the wind and the whatever. I bet you made the whole thing up to scare us.
What I think is someone's trying to get through to us. We need to let them know we want them here.
Can you hear us? Are you near us? Do you feel us? Can you hear us?
See? No one there. Like I said. You know why? Because trees don't talk. They're like things.
Something's moving. Something's rustling. Something's flowing. Leaves and tall trees. Speak to us now and tell us your secret. Speak to us now and tell us your
When I was a tender sapling, the air was fresh and clean. I grew towards the shining sun, tall and strong and green. No tree was as tall as me. I had a close-knit family, trees and fungi of all species, rhizomes, roots twined underground. We traded food and breaking news invisibly, without a sound. Spruce has a noble pedigree. We symbolize eternity, for that's what we believe. But spruce is prized by craftsmen, a valued acquisition, and one day they came for me. The shots, the blows, the blades, the silent screams of pain, they tossed me on a longing truck, stripped me of my crown and guard, chopped me into chunks. The rest, I can't even say. And here I'll give you a tidbit, a little Wikipedia. You know, factories love to make things out of spruce. Benches, for instance, chairs, and instruments. Tone wood, they call us. Next, they sawed me into boards, laid me flat to dry. They sliced me thin, traced to shape, carved and bent me at the waist, and glued me to a maple frame. And there I lay as dead as stone, varnished, polished, till I shone. 4 strings stretched the length of me. A hollow, dull wooden thing. If I could only weep or sing, but no, I cried. This cannot be. Is this really how my story ends? To never taste rain again? No more to photosynthesize? No mycorrhizal family? No bats napping in my canopy? No healing sap? No seedling sown? No little squirrels pilfering my cones? No lovers huddled in my shade? No owls to hide? No robins' nests? No ground below? No sky above? No xylem? No flow? No home? No love? Then a gentle voice exclaimed, "Oh, you lovely fellow! Oh, how I wish that you were mine! I've always dreamt I'd get to play a cello with a tone so fine." She picked up a tender stick, drew it across my strings. A sound as sweet as chlorophyll quivered up and down my spine. Like that, I felt revived. My essence, my tone, my flow, the note she played, the sound she found vibrated beneath her bow. Sweet and soft and mellow, my spirit awoke and glowed. Her music had freed my soul. I can't say that I'll forget, or that it was meant to be, but if the life of just one tree was sacrificed for human greed, a cello. Oh, yeah, that's good. At least is something we all need. Oh, yeah, play me. Play me. I mean, you should try this, it's amazing. Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's intense. I mean, I never even thought about that, but it gives me so many questions. I mean, how do trees live so long? How do you guys know where to grow? Can trees talk to each other? What keeps you alive?
Oh, okay, little sapling, little human skin seed. Let's just take a breath, okay? Let's take a breath. Let's just all go nice and slow. Let's all do that together. Let's take a breath. If you want to learn about trees, the first thing you have to do, little one, is to slow down. Okay, we're going to take our time. Think of this as an empathetic exercise. Why don't you stand if you're able, yeah? And why don't you take, what is it you humans say? You say, walk a mile in my, what is it? Walk a mile in my roots, right? So we're going to walk a mile in my roots. Just wave your little branches up there. Yeah. And let's sing a song about how slow we can go. to walk over to the piano. That's slow, everyone. Now, I do want to admit that young saplings can grow quite fast, and they love to do it. And there's sort of an intergenerational conflict. The old trees, I'm so sorry, the mature trees hold them back. They keep them in the shade. And like all youngsters, they can be impatient.
Can we get some sun here? We need more sunlight. We are not seedlings, we're almost old.
Okay, kids.
Living in your shadows, branches above us. We are all growing way too slow. Yes, we are grateful for all that you give us. How you protect us from the heat and the cold. We've been beneath you for so many decades. Most of us are more than 60 years old.
I'm turning 80.
All we want is sunlight, more lovely sunlight. We could be shooting up so high. We're getting quite impatient here in the basement. Help us to soar and touch the sky.
Don't get ahead of yourselves. There are no shortcuts. Take your time and do it right the first time.
That, young one, is very good advice. It feels like you're listening to someone. Who'd you learn that from?
I learned it from my mom.
Okay. Well, everyone in fact needs a mother tree. You know, my mother tree, she used to say this. It's a short little quip. She would say, "You sprouts don't want to spring up like weeds in one of those fast-track tree farm forests, do ya? No shade canopy overhead and no mother tree looking after you. Sure, you'll grow like mad, but along comes the first big storm and you'll be ripped out by the roots. Never make it to the young age of 70. She was long-winded.
Even when they're asleep, the tops of these big trees never lean on each other or touch. How do they know?
That's a very good question. And I know the answer because I'm a tree. We think of it sort of as a dance.
A dance? Could you be more specific?
I would absolutely love to. It's kind of, it's a tango. Do you mind? Warm sun,
It's spring,
great growing weather.
on a day like today.
In this breeze we can sway to and fro.
While we're standing nearby,
We can coo and we'll sigh to
To
a
a
sultry
sultry
springtime
springtime
fandango. But
fandango.
we've got to leave space
when we're face to face,
as we dance our crown shyness tango. Blue sky,
It's May,
great growing weather.
feels like nothing can harm.
Think I'll stretch out this arm.
Yikes! You almost touched me.
Oh, I am so, that's my bad, everyone. I'm just so sorry. I got excited by the music. I'm so sorry. Won't happen again.
You may grow over there, but do be aware, and let's
Take it slow. It takes a certain finesse to never transgress. Dancing the crown shyness tango. Consent. It makes your nearness delicious.
so yummy.
Consent. It means no's not a word to ignore.
May I?
Oh, yes, please.
It makes for immeasurable clearance.
I feel a tingle. While letting some light reach those on the forest floor.
Oh, hello, kids. Nothing to be concerned about. Under control.
We'll leave the door open. Just a crack. The blues.
It's bliss.
Great growing weather. I imagine your lips brush my sensitive tips. I'm aglow.
But by staying apart, you keep close to my heart in the rain and sleet and snow. I'm not asking much.
We always go Dutch, but never can touch when dancing.
What do we do?
Oh, yeah, it's like I'm dipping you, but we're not touching. Yeah, I think they'll like it. It's a good finishing pose. Okay, yeah, watch the headpiece. Yeah,
Right,
that's great.
ready?
Our crown shyness tango.
There's a dream
wood chips?
I would hope not. Heaven forbid. We decompose.
I knew that. I was trying not to mention it. I mean, who wants to think about death at their own birthday party?
I do, and I'm stoked about it.
Decomposing? Ew.
My rotting stump, everybody, is gonna feed 1/5 of all species on this planet.
Still gross.
It's not gross, young one. It is genius. No mess to clean up, no plastic bags, no garbage, no chemicals. I'll be lying in the woods like a 24/7 free buffet for microbes, beetles, bacteria, mushroom, newts. Did I mention beetles? I just love them. By the thousands.
Yeah.
Talk about a sense of purpose.
Yeah, but how long does it take? I mean, you're not exactly a single serving size.
Okay, watch it. It could take a couple of years. It might take decades, but really, I mean, what's the rush, people? What's the rush?
Decades without your phone?
I mean, maybe it's a tree thing, but even if we live 600 years, we know what's coming, and we're sort of falling down for it, so to speak. Okay, we'll woodshop that one later. As long as humans don't mess with the plan, we've got this.
That is pretty awesome. Well, Mazel Tov.
Thanks. Take it away, Morris Tree.
Tree, we give while we're alive. Help our mother to survive. Though no, we'll topple over one day. There'll be mushrooms living on me, ants and snakes will nest and feed, and seedlings will grow from my decay. So I'm laying down my timber, put a handful in the ground for the lightning and the moth. Give all those creatures what they need. You might see only dead wood, but while I'm lying still, I'm still good. So I'm laying down my timber every day.
Now, if you're not familiar with that type of tree, that's called a Morris tree. And there's only one of a kind. So give another round of applause for the Morris tree. Woo! I think I shed some bark listening to that. So now, I mean, I know you're so curious. I bet you're wondering who's going to let everyone know when the buffet that is my rotting body is open so that all the people can line up to stuff themselves.
Not really.
Well, I'm going to tell you anyway because I love it. Where do you think trees get their news from? And safety alerts and nutritional supplements and water? Huh? Hint, it's not TikTok. It's sort of a wood wide web. Okay, well, it's really called mycorrhizal. Take it, choir.
Itching ahead.
time. Do they ever sleep?
Oh, we sleep. In fact, I was thinking about sleeping for the next 4 to 8 years. But we don't really lie down or anything. When the sun goes down and the photosynthesizing's over, we kind of kick back a little. You see us get a little droopy? You know, the next time you take a walk at sunset, now you know this, you'll see and you'll hear. It sounds a little like this. I really needed that. Thank you so much. Whoever composed this, it's amazing. I mean, they're really spot on. That's exactly how it sounds. Green sleep. You know, I was just thinking while I was dreaming, young one, that maybe, you know, human and forest communities, we both sleep. We both like to communicate. Maybe we actually do resemble each other, except for a few, you know, minor details. Like in the forest, we share everything we have, and we look out for each other and for the other species. Humans sort of do that, right? We try not to take more than we need, just like humans. We're super economical about resources, very human. We leave the earth in better condition than we found it, and the air, and there's the fruit and nuts that we give away, and the way we bring the temperature down in our environment, just like humans.
That doesn't sound very similar to me.
Oh, really? I mean, aren't we all just working toward the same future? We are, aren't we?
I mean, humans could do all of those things, but it's up to them.
Hello, young one, and all you skin seeds, I'm sorry, humans. I hear the mother tree calling, and I also hear the dessert buffet after this calling. My roots are getting tired in these shoes, so I'm gonna have to go. But I hope that you listen to this young one, because she's been listening to me. And if you ever get lost on the way, just remember these words. Have you ever lost your path, lost your lover, lost your way? Have you headed for a forest? Did it help restore your faith? If you look up through a pine and see a slender seam of blue, do you stop and whisper, thank you? Then you know what trees can do. And when the apple you just tasted snaps like autumn in the east, and persimmons orange-red flesh is both a sunset and a feast. When the eastern redbud blooms under April's first full moon, and the cherry trees are floating clumps of white and pink balloons, when the pinyon trees scatter cones of spicy tear-shaped seeds, and the maples give more syrup than a world of pancakes needs. And that time when you just lost your way, lost your job, or lost the thread, and you stepped into a forest and it showed the light ahead. Do you ever stop to think how a mother tree can rest while her seedlings burn in wildfires and hawks no longer nest? And have you ever stopped to think how long these trees can go while resources are shrinking? At what point do trees lose hope? Where do trees go to find peace? Have we left them a safe place? Can we make one promise to ourselves tonight to restore the forest's faith? The signs say leave no trace. What you brought, prepare to take. But what about the human race? Have we thought about the stakes? And have we thought about the stakes? Do we ever stop to think? Or do we just accept our fate?
Do we just accept our fate, or do we get together and do something about it? I know what I'll be doing. What about you? love about this planet. Together. If mushrooms can do it, we can do it, right? So, how to make a mycorrhiza? Just stretch out your arms and make contact with whoever's next to you. Link elbows or touch shoulders or hold hands. Now, let's give the trees a real birthday present. Ready? I'll start. You follow me.
Give it up for our conductor, Justin! And this amazing band! Jesse Regan, Josh Matches, Jimmy Coleman, our composer, Silver Fox Heath Allen, and our librettist, Arden Cass. Give it up for this amazing choir, the Parkin Singers! And Marjorie, our producer, Emily, our director, everybody.
Thank you all so much for coming out tonight to be here for B'Shevat and the Street Cantata. The Parkin Singers have made a beautiful gift to the creative and production team of this, that trees will be planted in areas of need in both Israel and the United States. So I want to honor, it's beautiful. I'd like to honor Heath Allen, who's the composer, his co-lyricist, Arden Cass, Justin Yoder, musical director, who works with the Parkin Singers every week, Janet Schreiner, co-producer and soloist, Marjorie Samoff, the hostess with the mostess, as well as John Jarboe, Jesse Reagan on cello, Morris Paul Kennedy, Cantor Bradley Hyman, and Michelle Fogg. Thank you so much for having us. This is a true collaboration between the Parkin Singers, Road of Shalom, Opera Philadelphia, the Parkin Singers, and so many more. So thank you for being here with us. And please enjoy the refreshments.
on to the dessert buffet.